In our last video, we flew to Puerto Vallarta where we joined friends Connie and Steve on their boat in La Cruz. From there, we sailed on to Ipala Bay and Chamela Bay. In this video, we start out by sailing from Chamela to Tencatita. As we motor out of Bahia de Chamela, we're starting to pass some of the islands out at the mouth of the harbor. We go past the islands. There's this beautiful rock formation in between the islands, and then one of the islands is Isla Cocina.
Bahia de Chamela is back in there, and you can see the shore, and we are working our way toward Tencatita, which is about a 31 nautical mile.
We have our washdown pump, which is feeding that solid white hose.
Yep.
Which is filling that bucket back there.
Yep.
And the water maker pickup is in that bucket, pulling it into this unit here where the membranes are.
Oh yeah.
And then running through the membranes. The pressure gauge is right here. We're running in the green. Maybe I can need to turn that down a tad. Here's what we're making right now, which is now 22 gallons an hour.
Beautiful. That narrow caliber white line is the feed line, and then we've got it running up. Steve has just one water tank. It's around 80-85 gallons or so, and then it runs into the deck fill plate. So we started that at 10:03 a.m. By noon, we'll probably have a full water tank. And by the way, it's plugged into AC. And then do you need to pickle this? How does that work?
Yes. I have to, when we're done, I'm going to fill up 2.5 gallons of water in a bucket.
Okay.
Add the pickling solution, and then suck that into this system. And then
and you just run it through and then it's pickled.
Yeah, but if you run this like every 5 days, you don't have to pickle it. You can just keep running it every 5 days.
Oh, there you go.
But if it's more than a week or two, then you have to pickle it.
So I'm sitting adjacent to the mast, and we've got, this is a 110 Genoa. We've got it all the way out. And I'm just sitting here because at some point here, the water tank is going to fill, and I'll see water overflowing at the deck fill plate, and let Steve know, pull her out and close her up.
We are approaching our next anchorage. It's a very popular anchorage, much more popular than any we've been in so far. So there's quite a few boats in there already. The guys are going for a paddle.
Wow, so it's been another beautiful day. We are now in another absolutely beautiful anchorage, Tencatita. As you go around, there's the point, and then we're of course in the protected anchorage, and then look at the rocks in the distance. We'll be going around those later when we head over to Barre de Navidad in 2 days. And then here, this is a very popular anchorage. There's a town back there behind the boom. They actually have a farmer's market tomorrow, and you can get the pangas. They're little water taxis for about $3 or so. They'll take you round trip to go there, but we are going to go upriver tomorrow. And then here's the full sweep of our anchorage and all of our boat neighbors.
It's getting close to time to go down below and probably play a little game and then do a shower and get to bed. And just so pretty with the lights reflecting off the boats onto the water here, and there's stars. We will take the dinghy through the mangroves along a narrow, twisty waterway to Tencatita Beach. From there, we will be transported to El Tabanero Distillery.
right, so Steve and I had to get out to get past one little bar.
So some people drive through vineyards up in Napa to get to the winery. We're driving through mangroves to get to our tequila.
Wow, this is pretty cool in the mangroves. Now we've got a canopy over us some of the time. Oh my goodness, beautiful.
Yeah, it looks like the water's going higher instead of the trees getting lower.
Just because of the tunnel effect.
We made it through the tunnel! Woohoo! Look how open it is.
All right, we just popped out of all the mangroves and we will have been about 2.5 miles up the river. We're going to board this little truck, which theoretically can hold 10. Still Celia and I need to get on. Hopefully it'll work. So we're disembarking from the truck. We had 9 of us in the back and dear Celia in the front. And here we are arriving at the Distillery outlet.
La palabra mezcal es de origen indígena, significa agave cocido.
Mezcal is of indigenous origin. It means cooked agave.
También le llamamos mezcal a la bebida.
We also call the drink mezcal.
De 140 variedades. Pero todo lo que se destile de agave, entonces se llama vino mezcal.
Everything that is distilled from agave is then called mezcal wine.
El tequila también es un vino mezcal, pero la producción del tequila es industrial. La producción de la bebida raicilla es artesanal.
Tequila is also a mezcal wine, but the production of tequila is industrial. The production of the drink is artisanal.
It's for me.
So who speaks really, really good Spanish here?
Maybe collect.
100% pure mezcal.
It should have that tag on it.
Should have that tag on it. What other
First one, you can taste the oak, and you can also taste the early, like when they put it in the pit, and I think they burn it a little bit.
It's smoky, huh?
I think this might have less. Senor,
Is it sin agave?
It's very flat, not robust.
Okay.
A group of 10 folks who dinghy up the river and the mangroves. Everybody have fun? Yeah. Good. All right, so there's one couple, Dana and Will, up ahead. They're from central Canada, ways north of Wisconsin originally, but they've been sailing 6-7 months to get down here to Mexico. Perfect.
dissolved in the sun.
Right.
Our partners in crime over there are going to try to make it out the river, but we decided to do a little land crossing here and do a beach launch. Okay, I don't think we're going to have to do the Navy SEAL maneuver to get in the dinghy. I think it's going to be gentle enough.
Commando team.
All right, here we go.
Commando.
The Navy SEALs are headed out.
Are we doing it, Steve?
Here is one wave.
Woo!
Taken out by that wave. We were nearly flipped. But our able-bodied, roughly septuagenarian contract.
Okay, Blair, I'm getting in.
Okay.
You're not. You're at last. Okay, keep going with long legs.
Okay.
Little commercial break for the pelicans that are flying by, honey. Sorry.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, great. Okay, Blair, hop in.
Here we go.
Commando!
The next day we sailed from Tencatita Bay to Barre de Navidad.
All right, our helmsperson is Celia.
Hola!
Sailing a 50-foot boat out of the anchorage.
I'm sailing it, right?
Yeah, so here we are coming in past the various rocks. Pretty cool, with all these rocks going out. We're going out of still the bay, Tencatita. All these different rocks to get by. Just keep going and going and going, and that's the last one. And then we use our charts to verify there's nothing small just under the surface over there.
Now there's a good-looking boat. Coyote.
This is the
Coyote
boat that
in
we
Mexico.
sold back in 2015 when they bought this boat, Soiree.
Okay, here comes the famous coyote we've heard so much about. Been to Hawaii with Steve and Connie on board for the Pack Cup
Doing 6 knots.
and sold to some really nice people. Blowing kisses.
Okay, we're coming in to Barre de Navidad. This is the last nautical mile of, I'll have to tot it up, somewhere around 175 nautical miles of sailing over the last week. But we go past the marina. There's no slips available because there's a giant fishing tournament. And this shows, this is the beach that starts just to port of the harbor jetties. And wow, it just goes and goes and goes. Just another view of, this is the starboard side of the harbor right at the end of the jetty where they have the shrine there and some benches and coconut palms. And then he's doing some net fishing, so he's been dropping a net down. See the lagoon way, so we got great depth here. You see the lagoon way up there, and that's where it gets tricky. So this has been a complicated anchorage because there are so many boats in here, and it's just not very deep. We have boats all around, and whenever we could find a big enough hole on the edges so that we had a good distance from other boats. We were looking at 188 feet from all other boats. Then we didn't have depth. We were like 7 feet, 6.8, and our draw is 6 feet, so that felt too close. But now we've got a good spot, 9.2 feet deep. Alright, we are now in Barre de Navidad. Just took a pinga.
So these just roll up and become storefronts or restaurants.
And we're gonna go do some shopping. There's a little restaurant here. And on the right side, the water is all right behind those restaurantes. Pretty funny, this is a thrifty, and they talk about thrifty helado, which is ice cream.
Finally, got the crocodile on video. This is the open air market, and they're starting to close down.
Oscuridad, el hielo derritiéndose da miedo, ya no hay vuelta atrás. El agua corre, el agua sana y la vida te da agua salida.
So here we are in Barre, in a pretty darn nice store. So they've got all kinds of stuff. How you doing? It's pretty warm today, but we're doing well. Oh my gosh, a beautiful souvenir from Bahia de Navidad. Could be hung to display or out on the as a table runner.
Beautiful colors here with that unfolding the whole thing.
Gorgeous. And then the butcher, it makes sense. It's called a carniceria. There it is. And Connie and Steve are buying some meat. So this is where the pangas come in, and for a small amount they zip you all around. We're in the lagoon, which is way back there. So there's a huge fishing tournament going on, which is why we weren't able to get a slip. Apparently they're doing 2 heats a day this early. This is Thursday, and then over the weekend it'll apparently get up to the finals. And then that's the hotel again that Silly and I will be in tomorrow night, and they got a lot going on here. So they're bringing in some of the fish. So they're coming up here, and then they will weigh it. They bring it up to where they can weigh it. Holy moly.
Oh my gosh, it's our last sunset from soiree. Oh my goodness. Honey, last sunset on Soiree.
We had an amazing time on Soiree, an unbelievable time with Connie and Steve. Thank you so much. It was just amazing. Thank you.
Hailing a taxi in Barre de Navidad.
We are on the Panga. We had to wait over an hour, so we're very late for our dinner reservations. We'll see if we get lucky.
Look how pretty it is down there. Back to the taxi aquatico. Good morning. It's our last day on Soiree, and tomorrow we fly back home, which isn't so bad because probably in another day we'll be cross-country skiing. But what a wonderful time we've had, and what amazing hosts we've had.
And we've had so many highlights, but wow, the town of Barre de Navidad is just incredible. The restaurant that Steve and Connie knew about, Galleria de Arte, was spectacular. The food was great, the staff were great, very loving, and they had wonderful singer. Right, so I mean there are so many highlights. The biggest highlight is just Connie and Steve. Their graciousness, they taught us a lot. But I think other highlights, so Puerto Vallarta was just really beautiful. The Malecon was incredible. And you'll see from our videos so many beautiful sights in Puerto Vallarta. So yeah, I love Chamela. I love walking in the bay on the sandy beach. They also have this Malecon where all the docks are. And I love just getting to see the people in the town. The town is an up-and-coming town. Pretty basic right now, but just beautiful.
Connie has made us a feast for our last breakfast on Soiree.
So this is from our deck at our beautiful hotel room, our last night in Barra de Navidad. That's the lagoon back there, and then the marina. And then here's the hotel. You can see the town of Barra in the distance there through the coconut ponds. And then look at the ocean and the long, beautiful beach. And this is our view from our beautiful deck.
Going by these gigantic yachts on a dinghy is really weird. Look at the size of the fenders.
We are at Fortino in Barra de Navidad. This is supposed to be another good restaurant. And the pangas are flying by periodically. So you pay about $3, or actually $2.50 for a round trip on the panga. Unbelievable trip, just amazing. What ceviche, and also Mari. Ceviche is hot. Is it?
Oh yeah, get some of these scoops.
And here's the harbor at night. Not as many fishing boats as there were. This is the hotel at night. It's so pretty. Beautiful. It's morning, our last morning in Mexico.
All right, this is just a scan of our beautiful Gran Isla Hotel in Barre de Navidad. And that's the lagoon where Soiree is out there. And then my dear is hailing the elevator. And then on this side, you view out to where you enter the waterway to get to the harbor and the lagoon. And then the town of Barra is through the coconut palms. And there's the ocean and the beach.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias,
Desayunar.
mi esposa. Muchas gracias. The beautiful buffet at our hotel. Oh my gosh, brother David and Menudo Blanco. But they have so many different options. Yeah, I really liked it. This risotto del dia is just like a stew, different veggies. That was even some Mexican breads. It's really, really nice.
I couldn't resist the French toast with whatever that white, sweet, creamy stuff is, and a pancake. Frioles, potatoes, sausage and bacon. They were making breakfast burritos. And then we get to enjoy this amazing view during breakfast. So Blair got us a pan de chocolate, and it was so good.
These, I don't know if you call it a portico or what. Oh boy, hold on, it's not going. Ha 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 ha. These elevators are really tricky.
And they don't ding.
This hotel is so interesting how it has all these corridors all over the place and beautiful stonework, and then up you go. And then here is the pool next to the hotel right here, and that's a swim up bar. So when they're pumping the water through, the niños can come down there, and then there's another, like a little tiny lazy river that shoots them out into the bigger pool. And then you can see from the pool, you get a lovely view over the harbor area as well. And here the tennis court, they have a volleyball court, and then they have these lagoons that theoretically you can swim in. Gosh, you can see here they manicure the beach for the guests, and they have a Hobie cat there. I wonder if you can rent that out. If we come again, that would be pretty cool to get to sail some and do that. This is pretty cool. It shows all the things you can do. They really have a lot of nice options. And gosh, another lagoon for the hotel. It really goes on and on. Just walking through all these grounds. And look at this.
Like
I mean, this is just
down here, huh?
part of the hotel grounds. And then we're just coming back around. Just so lovely. So here is the drive between the hotel and Barre de Navidad, and now we're going to the airport in Manzanillo.
Land is doing double duty with coconut trees above and banana below. Hey, we're at the Manzanillo Airport, International Airport. It's pretty small.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So this is the entire terminal at the Aeropuerto de Manzanillo. That's it.
From Bahia de Navidad, the Manzanillo Airport is super convenient. You take some roads inland through farmland to get there. Coming up in our next video, we'll be back in the British Virgin Islands trying out a catamaran.